Cold and chattering because that movie was so scary.
That was totes scary, yo.
Totes
Hashtag. Ooh.
Don't do that. So
don't tweet about this movie.
don't tweet out loud. The Last Exorcism Part 2 Blue.
For Last Exorcism Part 2. It was better than Die Hard 5. It was better than A Haunting in Connecticut 2, Ghosts of Georgia.
Should I be jealous that I didn't see those movies then?
No.
My bar was not set low enough beforehand, I guess.
This movie's not good.
I was saying when we were getting out of the theater that this is basically like they made an asylum version of the first one, happened to be able to hire the same girl, and then just loved it so much they decided to release it in theaters.
I thought she was really, really, really good. Like too good for this movie. Like, I was, honestly, like, I didn't think this was a very good movie, but I was sort of interested in where it was going because I liked her a lot. Like, I genuinely felt bad for her through most of the movie. I was kind of like, this ghost is a dick! Just leave her alone!
I kind of disagree. I found her kind of useless as a
Did
character.
you really?
I mean, I like the actress just fine.
Yeah.
But, first of all, the dialogue she was working with was not very good. And second of all, she accomplished nothing through this movie. She was just basically like, oh my, this happened. Oh my,
she
this
did
happened.
it really
run,
well.
run.
It's like she genuinely seemed scared. Almost like, did the director just not tell her that, like, shit was gonna fall off the wall in the background just to get a genuine reaction?
That one dog that just bounced out of nowhere for no
Hush
reason
you.
and just scare the crap out of that girl.
She's not like a useful character, I guess is the right word, but nor is she the type of character who really would be like that, because she's kind of simple. But she played that really, really well. Like, I was genuinely, like, sort of how the first one's a much better movie than this, but sort of like the strength of the first one was Cotton. Like, that really was the strength of the first one. I don't think she's as good of a lead as, like, Cotton was in the first one. But I think the performance is great. I'm talking more, like, in terms of the character. But, whereas the first one, like, it wasn't so much I thought the first one was a very scary movie, but he was so good that I kind of liked it, and then the ending happened. Which, retrospectively, after seeing, like, The Devil Inside, I kind of look back on the ending of The Last Exorcism with fond memories, because at least that had an ending. And with this, it was kind of the same deal. Like, I didn't think this movie was all that good. It's not scary. Not at all.
It did get me a couple times with the jump scares, but I don't think that really counts in its favor.
No,
they were just throwing stuff at us.
Yeah, just
startle us.
Yeah, shit like that. But I thought she really carried the movie. I honestly did. She was like, she seems really sweet. Like, Jesus Christ, Ghost, just leave her alone.
She did seem sweet, but like, a lot of my problem with this movie was that, you know, like in a horror movie where people are making the wrong decisions and you want to get upset with them, but you're like, okay, they have to do that to progress the plot. In this movie, they were making such ridiculously wrong decisions that it was taking me out of the movie.
Was
like,
it?
A good example was like at the very, very beginning when there was that couple in bed when they first found her when she was out of the woods.
Okay, yeah.
Because like, okay, there's this dude and this chick in bed, and the girl gets up to go to the bathroom, and then it, like, something gets back into bed, and the guy's like, oh, honey, you're so cold, oh, you're freezing, and then, like, this huge snarling noise happens, and, like, the bed explodes, and he, like, runs out of the room and closes the door. Okay, my first assumption would be, okay, there's a wild animal somehow got in our house, let's call animal control, not, let's creep back into the house and kind of sneak around the house completely unarmed, trying to find the thing.
It'd been funnier if she was using her tiger sounds from later. Later she's got tiger sound effects and it's awesome. Like, oh my god. Yeah, stuff like that. And like the guy in the street wanting to get his picture with her after he's seen her demon fucking possessed online and shit. Some of the side characters do a lot of stuff that really doesn't make a lot of sense. I didn't have a problem when she did something dumb because she kind of was a little dumb.
She was an idiot.
Yeah, so I had no problem with her kind of doing stuff like that. Like, that didn't take me out of anything. But yeah, that couple at the beginning, that was stupid. That was really, really stupid. But it was nice of him to do a recap of the first movie, though.
Yeah, this kind of flashed through, like, okay, you know, she was pregnant, new boots, cotton, everyone dies at the end.
Yeah.
It's pretty much, like, the entirety of the plot.
Yeah, which, I like, up until a couple days ago, you'd forgotten that we saw the first one.
Brad texts me, and he's like, you want to go see Last Exorcism 2? And I'm like, I haven't seen the first one. He's like, yeah,
I wrote back, I was like, you were there!
So I was like, I was thinking about it. I think the problem is a lot of time, like, all the Exorcism movies tend to blend together for me. Because, like, other franchises that, you know, reuse a plot like this, like zombies, you know, it's, like, all over the place and kind of tell them apart. Exorcism movies, it's like, little girl possessed by the devil, have to try and get it out of her and fail. So, like, I knew I'd seen some Exorcism movies. I couldn't, for the life of me, tell you which ones they are.
Sure. Some of them kind of run together a little bit. I mean, Last Exorcism I certainly remembered, mainly for the ending. I would have like, if you're going to do I will say this, for a movie called The Last Exorcism Part 2, I thought this was way better than it had any right to be. Because I was, like I said, still kind of invested in what was going on. But only because I liked her. But, like, I would have, if you're gonna do a sequel, Last Exorcism, the beginning of it picks up where the other one leaves off, but I would have liked more about, like, fucking Demon Baby and shit like that, and that, like, weird cult thing from the end of the first one.
It's like, yeah, she had a baby, whatever, but meanwhile, the demon's in love with her.
Yeah. Like, I would have liked a movie, like, mainly about that, because the end of the first one, it wasn't so much that I thought the end of the first one, it was just such a radical left turn.
And it's out of nowhere, and it would have been nice to extrapolate on that.
Yeah.
Then it would make sense to have it in two parts. Because, like, in the poster, I thought it said Last Exorcism 2.
Yeah.
But in the title screen for this, it said Last Exorcism Part 2. So I figured, okay, direct sequel, you know, keep going from where the last one left off. But no, not really.
Yeah, no. It's like they put her in, like, a home for, like, former delinquents, and she's like, I kind of like that whole thing, though, like, kind of showing her sort of putting her life together and stuff like that. Like, I kind of liked some of that. I thought she was good.
Well, like you said that she sold the movie for you. For me, the shining point was her little lesbian roommate. Like,
early 90s Madonna.
She was so cute, and, like, when the like, one of the roommates started having, like, an overdose.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like sitting in the doorway like, oh no. You can see, like, little blonde roommate in the background. Like,
she was good. I liked that they didn't automatically go to, like, the cliche thing of just making them all bitches. They actually got along with her, even though she was simple. Yeah. Like, I mean, they do some kind of bitchy things later on, but not to the, like, really, like, kind of cliched extent that you would think in a movie like this. I like that they all kind of got along with each other, and I did like that girl. I thought they didn't use her enough, but throughout this whole movie, most of it anyway, I was thinking, and I said this to you afterwards, that I go, is it just me, or was most of that, like, symbolic for lesbianism?
Well, because, like, yeah, it was, because I had noticed it until you pointed it out to me. I was looking for lesbians.
Of course, I go into every movie looking for lesbians. Finally, the one movie of the year that comes through.
Tell it, sister.
So, like, throughout it, like, with the kind of thing where they were doing with the two girls, they had a little moment,
romantic tension, and at one point I think one of the other roommates refers to her as, you know, your girlfriend the freak.
Yeah, your girlfriend the freak, and, like, where it looks like they're gonna kiss, but lipstick, I'm just putting lipstick on. And then when she's on the date with fucking Simple Jack, when she's on a date with that dude, and he, like, says he likes her, and then she's like, no boys. And then, like, the end, when, like, they're getting the demon out of her, and, like, her evil self is standing there, is like, now you can become what you always knew you were. And the next scene is her getting into bed with fucking Madonna chick. I'm like, really? This is like this is the Elm Street 2 of Last Exorcism movies.
Well, it's important too, because, like, when she was, like, because she had a job, like, cleaning the hotels.
Yeah.
And she kept hearing, like, sex noises, and then you never heard the dude. It was always just, like, women moaning as she's walking down the hallway.
She's, like, humping the wall and shit like that. And, whenever she's, like, all, like, orgasming and stuff, like, in her dreams, like, her friend is, like, there next to her, like, fast asleep, and also, like, just dudes are just evil, are demons who will seduce you and, like, take away your innocence. Like, that's still, like, the demons are, like, they're, like, the demon is, like, a dude who's in love with her, apparently.
Well, I think it never really, I mean, like, they referred to him as he a couple times.
Yeah.
But there at the end, it was predominantly her. Like, her face just, you know, like, sexually confident.
Yeah.
And, like, the dude, Simple Jack, he called him, which I think is apropos. He was, first of all, had, like, zero sexual chemistry with her, and second of all, was kind of a doofy-looking guy.
Yeah.
And yeah, when they had that moment, it wasn't, you know, it had no impact. It was just like, I think you're pretty. No, thank you.
No, boys.
Well,
I like
all right.
that. I like that
Let's
line.
go to the zoo.
I'm like, holy crap, this is as subtle as a women in prison movie. but like, I kind of like that. I thought that was kind of fun, and I thought the first one was a better movie than this in a lot of ways. But I kind of like this one. Also does kind of the batshit ending kind of thing, like the other one. But I sort of liked this ending better.
This one segues a little bit more gradually, you know, because like I was telling you outside, we got like 3/4 of the way into the movie. It's like, where's the freaking exorcism?
Yeah.
But then she meets up with, you know, this random lady who had like cut a piece of her hair off at the very beginning, and that really.
That's who that was?
Yeah.
Okay, I was wondering. I was like, who the fuck is this lady? Just
like,
out of nowhere.
Yeah, when she first moves into the halfway house, like she's being washed by some random lady, and the lady takes out a pair of nails and just cuts off a piece of her hair and puts it in her pocket, and that's all they explain.
I was like, what the fuck was that?
So she runs into her in like the third act, and she's like, "Oh, by the way, I'm a member of like the Right Hand Society, and we're gonna try to get the demon out of you."
They had to wait till Blackface Parade was over.
That was a little horrifying. I like sad clown Rob Corddry.
Yeah, the demons are all like in masks and shit watching her, and it does kind of do the batshit ending thing, and it was funny. Like, it's just a static shot of a house and the guy just flying out the window. That was really funny.
Oh, what was this movie rated?
PG-13.
I thought so, because, yeah, a couple times you could tell where they wanted to, like, when the dude cuts his throat, and they just, like, flash away, and
it's like,
her strong
well, we had our couple months there of R-rated action and horror, now we're back to PG-13.
Spoiled rotten, that's what we are.
Thanks, America. Yeah, it blatantly cuts away from the kid cutting his throat. And
yeah,
everything.
when she went crazy in the house, yeah, they just, you know, blood splatters on the window.
Tiger sound effects. I like tiger sound effects, because,
like, it's supposed to, like, harken back to that one lady tiger that they were checking out at the zoo.
Yeah. Like, to those tigers. So it never it always cut away when she's doing that. So you didn't see her doing this. You only heard the tiger, which to me just says she turned into a tiger and killed them, which is kind of awesome. Like, the movie I'm picturing in my head's way better than what they're showing us. And then her driving away at the end with everything setting on fire.
Like this horrible CG fire effect is like
but it was funny.
Car, tree, just like a line on the street.
Her like kind of looking at herself in the mirror. I kind of liked that. I didn't think it was scary. I didn't think it was scary at all. I thought it was really funny. And I thought that was kind of fun. Because she starts blasting that like heavy metal music that like her friend was playing earlier. It's like, okay, all right, that's really, really cheesy and kind of funny.
So yeah, that to me set Asylum. The really bare bones dialogue set Asylum. The horrible CG effects.
You're saying Asylum like that's a bad thing.
Well, no, like the worst kind of Asylum.
I know what you mean.
Titanic 2 versus Paranormal Entity. But,
yeah.
Yeah, like the horrible CG effects, because that was one of the things that was cool about the first movie, was that, you know, all the like weird contorting things, she was doing that herself, and they really didn't utilize that at all.
Not a lot. Like, I kind of liked that it spent a lot of time kind of building up her character in this, but it doesn't really do a lot of stuff like that in the first one. Like, she floats above the bed and she shakes around. It's a typical stuff that you'll see in an exorcism movie. I thought this was a better movie than Devil Inside. And maybe some of the other exorcism movies I've seen recently. But yeah, like, there was some, like, when, like, the demons, like, in her stomach, that horrible CG, like, there weren't a lot of effects-heavy scenes in it, so something like that was kind of every now and then, like, something weird like that would happen,
but it was never scary. It always made me laugh.
It was never scary. You're exactly right. That's true, because at the end, it's sort of like, well, I didn't think that was boring. I was I don't know if I'd go so far as to even say I thought it was, like, terrible, because there were things about it I liked, but I didn't think it was scary at all. I didn't think it was a scary movie at all.
Honestly, the most scared I was watching was for that one preview with the...
Oh, I'll get to the trailers here in a sec. What was that, The Conjuring?
I don't, Clap Clap is how I'm going to refer to that movie in my brain.
Clap Clap, yeah. But would you at all recommend anyone see this?
No, because I mean, like, for me, it was bad, and it wasn't entertaining enough to make that okay. Because I mean, like, she did do a good job, but she did a way better job in the first one because she had better dialogue to work with. You know, in this one, it was just basically like, you know, hello, I don't remember. What are you guys watching? No boys.
No boys. I love that. She was great in the first one. I thought it's because the first one was certainly Cotton's movie, and this one is it's 100% her movie, and I thought her performance was maybe a little more what's the word I'm looking for? Complicated, maybe, in this one, in the sense that she's expanding on how she played it in the first one, whereas in the first one, you know, she's a supporting character, and she was that kind of dumb, simple girl throughout it, whereas in this one, she starts out like this, and it has to do with her, like, becoming a little more educated as it goes along, a little more in tune with modern society. There was more of a progression in this one with her character, I think, than the first one. But I don't think that's a slight against the first one, because the first one was all about Cotton, and this one's all about her. So,
well, see, even for her, because they showed a couple clips of her from the first one, because the girls found this like video of her on YouTube. Cause I guess
she was great in the first one.
And yeah, they showed her like, oh yeah, you know, I love my mother, she's my best friend. Yeah. You saying that I look like her is such a compliment. It's like, see, she's actually talking then. And this one is, you're right, she did do a good job with like the complicated performance, with a couple of exceptions. I'm referring specifically to the crying scene. Which is because like this movie had a lot of padding. There was like a 2-minute long montage of her just cleaning different hotel rooms. But like when her boyfriend cacks it and she's just like hanging over him, she's making the weirdest noise. And it's supposed to be crying. I think maybe she is actually crying. Maybe she just cries kind of weird as a person. But it's like it's kind of like for like 45 seconds. But.
Well, she really, really tolerated him.
I enjoyed your company, dead guy.
He took her to the zoo, just like in Rocky 2. They went to the zoo in that movie.
Oh, okay. I will take your word for it.
I would not recommend seeing this in the theater.
No.
I wouldn't even say it was very good. Because it is a horror film, and it probably... Oh my god! Oh shit! But I would honestly recommend renting it. I actually would, because there was enough dumb shit in it that I got some entertainment out of, and I do think her performance is worth checking out. I really do. I think the performance is way better than the movie. But I would say, like, if you've got nothing better to do and you find this cheap to rent somewhere, or even if it's on TV, sure, kill 90 minutes. I would not recommend paying $10 to see it in the theater.
No, and maybe, like, I could see if you've got a group of people to watch it.
Yeah.
Like, talk out loud or riff on it, I might recommend it, but just, like, sitting by yourself and watching this movie, you're gonna fall asleep. I was almost falling asleep myself.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I totally would. That's all. I think that's all I got to say about Last Exorcism Part 2. Yeah,
I'm excited about this movie.
Just add in a pause. So what's that movie? Clap Clap?
Yes.
That actually does look really good.
It looked terrifying, and I like a preview that actually tells its own little story.
Me
that
too.
one really, really did. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this because it's the first time that I've seen it, but it's basically this mom and her like mob of daughters who've moved into this house, and they're playing this like weird sort of blindfolded game where they put a blindfold on the mom, spin her around, and then go away, and it's kind of like really dangerous on dry land Marco Polo.
Yeah.
Did you notice they're on the second floor? She could have took a gainer, but like she was walking, she's like, you know, where's Clap? And then the daughters would be like,
the cupboard comes open.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was all like, oh, finally, they made a Narnia movie I want to see. Yeah, it was like its own kind of self-contained like story and everything. And I've honestly liked everything that director has done. James Wan. I like the original Saw movie. I actually like Dead Silence. Death Sentence with Kevin Bacon I thought was awesome. Insidious I thought was really creepy. I'm actually really looking forward to this. Like, I think it does look kind of creepy. Like there's like shit in the basement, like in the hands, like coming behind her and clapping next to her head and shit. So I'm actually really kind of looking forward to that one. And it looks like it's doing it. That's why I liked Insidious. That's why I like a lot of the guy's movies, because a lot of them, not all of them, but some of them, they really are kind of shot in a way that reminds you of sort of maybe something you'd see in the late 70s and early 80s. Mm-hmm. This one, I think it looks like it takes place like 30 years ago. And the fact it's called The Conjuring.
I'm gonna have such a shit time remembering that name. I'm just gonna keep calling it Clap Clap. But like, I like that it actually surprised me with like the clapping right by your head, because a lot of times, in horror movies it like projects. Okay, that's where the scare is coming from, and I really did not see that coming, and that's the preview. So.
Yeah, and like it looked better than Temptation.
Tyler Perry's Temptation.
Tyler Perry presents Kim Kardashian in Temptation.
What is it, like Confessions of a Wedding Counselor? Like this lady with a doofy husband who gets like this billionaire sweeps in on his private airplane, like, come away with me, we want all the sex.
At least he's really moving up in the world. At least it's one of the few movies he's done where the title doesn't involve one of the characters' names.
Although I tell you what, I'd rather watch Temptation than Scary Movie 5. Speaking
of Medea, did you see Medea in that fucking trailer?
Yeah, I did.
Because that's totally a scary movie.
I think she was supposed to be like, her and her little companion were like Statler and Waldorf, because it just cut to them in a theater for some reason. Mm-hmm. I didn't even realize they were still making those, but we had Charlie Sheen, we had Lindsay
Lohan spoofing. Like, they've just given up spoofing horror films at this point.
Yeah, they were doing Inception,
Black Swan, Medea, what the fuck? Tabloid news, like, because that's going to be relevant 5 months after the movie comes out. Mm-hmm. It's just A Haunted House Part 2, Scary Movie 5. I don't know which one looked worse. Like, this one, Cat Williams comes in, is the paranormal guy.
Cat Williams makes me sad anymore, because he kind of went insane.
I was never... You were more of a fan of his than me. But I didn't read about him going insane now.
He's a good comedian, just... then he went insane.
Yeah, he's in this movie, like, and of course the joke is he shows up, but oh shit, he's Cat Williams, so he starts stealing shit. We don't have anything to worry about. That's the kind of thing I send Brian and Dave to.
You should tell Dave. Dave, guess what you get to see?
Oh, he knows. They got that before A Haunted House. He knows all about that already. That's bad when you can't even get Anna Faris back.
Oh, God, who was that broad? Because she looked really familiar.
I don't know.
I'll look her up later.
There was something else that we got, too. Hang on, I wrote it down. In my handy-dandy notes section I found on my phone. Like, sweet, I'm gonna use this part, then I can stop texting myself.
I just sent myself an email.
That, too. There was,
Temptation. Oh, Fast 5.
Fast 6.
Oh, Fast 6?
They're up to 6 now.
God.
Heist.
The first time I saw that preview a while ago, I was like, oh, okay, this doesn't look that bad. Ow, it's a Fast and Furious movie.
I haven't seen any of those movies.
I get the impression that Michelle Rodriguez must have died in the previous one.
That I did know.
They showed a picture and they're like, that's not possible. So I assume she's going to die in this one, too.
Yeah, a lot of the trailer was Michelle Rodriguez kicking people's ass, so that kind of... Yeah, I'll see it because of that. I really do like Michelle Rodriguez a lot.
I'd like to see where she was kicking that woman's ass down the stairs.
Yeah.
I like how you started cackling when they drove that car through the nose of that airplane.
What the fuck? Yeah, like, they drove it through the nose of a burning fucking plane. Like, I guess that movie's no more fucking unrealistic than a car commercial. You see those where like cars are skiing down slopes and shit, and they use them as like a bed to land a plane. Like, I guess that's...
Well, they gotta keep stepping up their game in these Furious movies, though. So, like, in Furious 8, they're gonna be, like, jumping over an active volcano.
Of movie series, though...
Helicopter.
Yeah. Of movie series, though, that bring back Michelle Rodriguez after they've killed her off, it looks way better than the last Resident Evil movie. But yeah, so there was that. I'd like it way better if it was, when they did a Fast and the Furious sequel on American Dad that was just straight up gay porn. That was fantastic. Like, it shows Vin Diesel and Paul Walker's starting his car, he fires his gun, he starts racing the Bullet, and Vin Diesel's in the middle of the road, like that, his belt buckle says Furious, he holds up like a can of beer, Bullet goes through it, shotgun the beer, throws it down, goes up to Paul Walker's like, heist, psh, and then they fuck.
See, I'd probably watch that movie.
I would watch the hell out of that movie. Best one. How the hell they do this with the PG-13? I can't believe they kept cutting away from the sodomy.
Just keep cutting away to reaction shots. Like, ooh.
That was it, really. Well, you hadn't seen the Evil Dead trailer, had you?
Oh, no.
We've gotten that quite a few times.
Because I started watching it, I'm like, oh, hey, it's the house from Evil Dead. Oh, they're using the rapey trees again. That's kind of...
Wait a minute.
No. Brett's like, oh, you hadn't heard about this.
You hadn't heard of this one yet, have you? Yeah, I'm actually hearing very early good things about it.
Yeah, well.
But yeah, I'll believe when I see it. I can't just something like that. Like I do like how it's not like I do like how they're doing it straight.
Yeah, that's true.
I like that. I like how they're playing it straight.
I think a lot of the scary stuff from that movie is scary because it's so raw, you know, when you clean it up like that.
Yeah, that's my thing, too. Because actually that trailer's going over fairly well. In fact, I think in early screenings the movie's gone over fairly well. But I'm totally with you on that, is that it's just very... I don't know, like... I don't like that when it's just too clean looking for its own good.
Even the trapdoor looked like less like a trapdoor, more like something on like a Disney theme ride.
Yeah.
Like a fanboy crank until I see it and it proves me wrong.
You like the remake of Chainsaw Massacre. Like, it's just too fucking... Well, this wasn't the only thing wrong with that, but again, like, it's
too clean.
Yeah, it's just too clean looking, too polished, too music video looking. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying this one's gonna be like that, I'm just using Chainsaw as an example. But yeah, that was it for the trailers we got, so,
let the boys in out of the cold.
So they can talk about Jack the Giant Slayer. And, yeah, we'll be back.
I hope it was good. That guy, Ewan McGregor's mustache and that looked fantastic.
Well, I haven't heard him. I don't hear him cursing, so they must have liked it. They just jumped on the car instead of kicked it.
So they're in high spirits. That's a good sign.
Yeah, they just jumped on the car instead of just kicked the side of it and punched through the window. So I guess, yeah, they're fine. Regardless, I'm sure Dave will like it better than he did Bullet to the head.
Bye.
See ya.